Hi, this is Mike from BlueRoadHome.com with another workflow in rewiring Maschine 2 into Logic 10. My past tutorials have shown you how to bring in all the sounds from Maschine 2 into one Midi file in Logic 10. In this workflow, I'll show you how to drag in all the sounds from Maschine 2 into separate Midi channels in Logic 10 in case you want to work that way. I don't generally tend to prefer this workflow because there is a bit of a longer setup and the workflow has a minor limitation, but some of you might prefer to work this way, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you're going to have to do for this workflow is set up your software instrument and set it up as a multi-timbral. Most groups in Maschine 2 have 16 channels. So I would recommend just setting up a multi-timbral 16 parts. So go ahead and create that. And then on the first instrument, channel 1, you're going to go ahead and create the master Maschine 2. So just go into your native instruments, Maschine 2, make sure it's multi-output, select that, and then it will load. Okay, now in my past tutorials where we're bringing everything in to one Midi channel, I would right click on group A and go to group Midi batch setup, and I would change it to sounds to Midi notes. In this case, we don't have to do that. We just keep it the way it is, sounds to Midi channels. So just make sure that's selected. It should be your default, but if it's not, make sure sounds to Midi channels is selected. And if you want to see the other video where I bring in everything to one Midi channel, you can check it out here. But for this tutorial, we're going to bring in all the different sounds from a group into separate Midi channels so that you can work with them. So to get started, let's go ahead and we'll just select I'll go with a Caribbean kit. This Carnival kit is kind of cool. So we'll open that. And I'll just go ahead and play the pattern really quick. Okay, so it's a preset pattern, pretty simple. I just want to use a preset just to show you what we need to do here. So you can make your own patterns, of course. It doesn't have to be 16 channels, but for our purposes, I'm going to show you how to do it if you want to use all 16. So the first thing we're going to do is we will go ahead and go to this MIDI drag icon right down here, and we will drag it into the very first track, instrument channel 1. I'm not going to worry about the tempo, because I'm going to use Logic as our main tempo, which is going to be running this. We rewired Maschine into Logic, so Logic is controlling the speed of Maschine, so we don't have to worry about the tempo. So now you can see that we have all separate MIDI channels that correspond to all the separate sounds here, and they're all nicely placed. And I will just bring this in so I can show you. So that's what it should sound like. Now when I take the pattern away, you're going to notice something. Okay, so the same issue. It's whatever you have selected is that's the only thing playing. If I click at the snare, then you'll notice snare plays, hi-hat plays. We obviously don't want that. So in this case, we go up to this little circle icon again. We actually don't have to deal with the group at all. We used to have to, change some of the settings in the input of the group, in other words, to manual, but that doesn't matter anymore. All we need to do is stick with the sound because we're dealing with the individual sounds. So with the sound, we're going to first go to Midi. Okay? In the input. So input Midi, all right? And on each individual sound here, we have to select the source, which is going to be host. And then we're going to select channel 1 for the first one. And this is where it gets repetitive. I got to go through and select channel 2, host, channel 3. Again, channel 3 because that's MIDI channel 3 here. You can follow the numbers. You want to keep making sure that you select host because that's your host being Logic 10. That's what you need as far as your controlling source. So this is where it gets tedious, but you just have to do it. So 5, you can see here the clap is on 6, so I select host, and then I select MIDI channel 6, and then I select host, select MIDI channel 7. I won't bore you with this, so I'll just go to the end here. You get the idea. Channel 9, host, channel 9. Okay. Channel 10, host, channel 10. And the MIDI through is going to be already selected as on when you do this. So you want to make sure that's on. And last but not least, we're here at MIDI channel 16. So as you can see, if I go up here, it goes 15, 14, 13, and so on. Each on its own separate MIDI channel. And everything with the source is at host. So this is on the sound input MIDI, okay? The audio, you don't have to touch. It doesn't matter. But for input, you have to select the MIDI for each individual track. Okay, now we go to output. Okay, again, you're on sound and output. Go to MIDI, okay? And then you're gonna, again, select host, okay? For each track here. The nice thing is on this end of it with the output, it automatically fills in the MIDI channel numbers, so you don't have to worry about that. But you do have to still go and select host for each one of these. So again, this is why it's a bit of a setup. But at least you don't have to reset the MIDI channels on this as well. So your host, make sure everything is set to host. Okay, and last but not least, the host. Okay, so again, we are on sound output, and on the MIDI end, you have to make sure that each one of these is set to host. But luckily, the MIDI channels, they select themselves, which is really nice. Now, there's one more step, because if you'll notice, I'll play this. And that's all great and dandy. But if you notice, if I solo everything here, you have no control over what is being soloed. So we got to go into our mixer. Okay, and if you'll see down here, because we set it up as a multi-timbral instrument, and I'll move this out of the way. You see this little plus? I'm just going to create 15 of these, which will actually equal to 16 channels. 16, don't let the aux 15 confuse you. That's actually the 16th channel. The instrument 1 is actually channel 1. So it would be channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way to 16. So I know that's a little confusing, but you can rename these to whatever you want. And now what we have to do is we have to go in and we have to go to sound output audio, which is right up here. And for each of these, we now have to select the output. So when you see this, you will go to group and you're going to set your channel 1 as external 1, which is going to be instrument 1. So you could actually rename that external 1, or you could rename it the actual instrument name, which was probably a better idea, but this is just so you don't get confused. So I'm going to go here to the snare. I'm going to set this to external 2. I'm going to set this to external 3. You get the idea. 4, 5, external 6, all corresponding to these channels. And you'll see what will happen in a minute. 7, I'm just going down the numbers here too. So you see here's channel 8. I'm just going to external 8. 9. Again, I'm not going to bore you with this. So I'll just finish this up. And then we're at 16. So you can see that now everything is exporting to all of these channels. So if I play here in Logic, you will now see on the mixer here, all the sounds that correspond up here are playing on the separate channels. So I can close out of Maschine now. And there you go. And now if you select, say, an individual instrument and play it on your keyboard, it'll correspond with the correct sound in Maschine. That's kind of a cool sound, actually. So now when I play it, you'll see that we have everything coming in on individual channels. You have complete control of adding audio effects on every individual channel that you want. You also have complete control of changing the part. Like if, say, I wanted to get rid of this carnival part and re-record something. And then you can quantize that individual Midi track to, I don't know, 16/8 swing, we'll say. And then you can go through again and just add whatever special effects you need to everything. You can arrange it however you want. So actually, it's not a bad way to work. But what I don't like about it is when you go up into here, you can't solo anything. You have to solo stuff down here. Or you have to solo stuff down in the mixer. So it's kind of a little counterintuitive, I guess, but it is nice if you want individual control over each individual MIDI part, because you can come in obviously again, and then you can change stuff, you know, just by drawing or adding with the keyboard like I just did, and all the parts will change accordingly. So there you have it. It's another workflow with rewiring Maschine into Logic. In this case, you get all of the Midi or all the sounds on separate Midi channels in case you like to work like that. I don't recommend this when you're using multiple groups because it can get a little clustery, I think. But if you're using one instance of Maschine in one group, this could be an interesting way to work just because it kind of separates all the parts for you and allows you a little more freedom to get in there and just kind of isolate each individual MIDI part instead of dealing with just one MIDI track where all the MIDI sounds or all the sounds are on one MIDI track. So this is another nice way to work. And of course you can, separate everything out as you want and mix everything accordingly. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. I got a request for this video. I thought I would do it because I actually have used this workflow before in some situations, and it can work out nice. And you can set up templates. I won't show you how to do that here, but you can set up templates to where this is like a much easier setup than having to go through all the steps that I did. So anyway, if this video helped you, please like the video, please subscribe, please leave me comments. And I just want to say a special thank you to everybody that has left me a lot of comments. I try to get back to all of you. It's been super wonderful to see that a lot of my tutorials are helping you because that's the whole point of this. It's sharing the knowledge, and it's a nice feeling to know that these videos are helping you guys be more creative. So with that, keep enjoying making music. Keep enjoying the creative process. Please feel free to leave me more comments. I will always try to get back to you. And also you can let me know what future videos you might want to see, and I'll see if I can do them. If I can't and I don't know what I'm doing, I will simply direct you to another video on YouTube where someone else has figured it out. So that being said, this is Mike from BlueRoadHome.com, and I will see you soon.